What is up, guys? What is going on? Welcome to another episode of the Broken Biscotti. Now, just a quick update on my Biscotti, which is my Aprilia RS125. So I've ordered a battery for that bike. Hopefully it should come in the next couple of days, or hopefully it'll be soon. But for now, I am still stuck, or not stuck, but I'm still riding this bike, which, as I've said, it's an unknown bike. And if you can tell what bike this is, put it in the comments and let's see if anyone can figure out what this bike actually is. Now, those people are probably wondering what I'm doing sitting here, so since it is the side of the road, I might as well get... Yep, that was close. Might as well get moving a little bit. Almost there. Alright, let's go. So welcome back, guys. Good to have you guys here. All of my 10 viewers, 10 recurring viewers that are here, which, let's be honest, it's just a little bit of fun. Alright, topic for today, guys. I'm sure it's probably been out for probably a couple of weeks now, but the new Yamaha R9. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not saying I'm a fan of Yamaha, but it's one of those interesting bikes that's caused quite a bit of stir. The Yamaha YZF R9. Now, it's a bit of an interesting bike. I'm not sure how much you guys will know about it if you guys are tracking this sort of stuff. Now, me being an avid super sport rider, if you consider the Aprilia RS125 a super sport, which, you know, I do, but I do like that position. The R6 is causing quite a bit of a stir in, well, it's a bit of an interesting bike, isn't it? So the R6 is, I guess, it's not really an official replacement for, sorry, the R9 is not an official replacement for an R6, but I would suspect in terms of horsepower, I think it's a little bit less, and I'm not really going to talk too much about the specs because I'm not quite sure about what the specs are, but you would think the R9 is the replacement to the R6. However, looking at the bike initially, it's not as aggressive as the R6, and I believe is also a bit down on horsepower compared to the R6. Now, that being said, I'm sure that thing has a lot more torque, and so it should be easier to ride, I assume. Well, as the R6 obviously being purely a track spec sort of motorcycle, a hardcore track spec motorcycle, the power would be all the way up in the revs. Now, I'm going to drop a gear because that's too vibrating. So it's a bit interesting. It's a bit of an interesting motorcycle, to be honest. I know a lot of people, some people are really liking it, some people are not. Maybe this is the way that we're now heading towards, where they've sort of got larger displacement motorcycles that are a bit easier on the they're a bit easier to easier on the Euro emissions, just because they're not working the engine as hard. I'm kind of curious. Now, if you're wondering what makes me qualified to speak on things like the R9, nothing really, to be honest. It's just one man's opinion, and it's just my opinion on that sort of motorcycle. Now, a couple of interesting things about the R9, which is I find quite interesting, is usually motorcycle companies would go the other way. What I mean by that is they would create a flagship R9 or a flagship super sport motorcycle, and from that they would derive you would say, a naked sort of version. Think of something like the, I'm going to concentrate here. Think of something like the BMW S1K, whatever, the S1K. That is a proper super sport motorcycle, and from that, I believe, they have derived the BMW M1K, I think, which is the sort of, you know, sort of like this style motorcycle. So the handlebar is a bit higher, there's no clip-ons, and it's a bit more comfortable. So that's usually how development goes, but Yamaha have taken a bit of a different step. essentially, and we could see it before in the R7. They've developed the R7 based on the MT07. The XSR as well, I believe, is based on the MT07. Just obviously, it's a face a mother can love, but as the MT07, let's be honest, nothing can love that face. But see, it's a bit of an interesting. Well, I find it's a bit of an interesting development and a bit of an interesting way to develop motorcycles. Now, should I go behind these guys? Yeah, why not? Let's have a bit of a chat with them. My fellow motorcycle riders. Ooh, what do we got? What do we got? We got a Ninja, and we got what looks to be, not quite sure what that is. Oh, they're vibing out, having a great old time. Are we good? Are we going? Oh, it's a false. That was a false move, guys. Why'd you guys do that to me? Oh, what was I saying? That's right. It was the R9. So yeah, so Yamaha I feel have developed it the wrong way around, in the sense that they've got. God, that's a loud exhaust. This thing's nugget. And we're riding. Oh well, you guys are speeding as hell, guys. Why were you all going so fast? Oh. I guess they just didn't like me hanging out, I guess. Fair enough. I'll head on out. Yeah, so Yamaha R9 based on the MT09. So a bit of an interesting development. I'm not quite sure as to what the specs are, but I just think it's a really interesting sort of motorcycle. So it's based on the CP3 engine, which again is tried and tested. We know the MT09 is a strong motor. It's reliable. It's pretty much got everything we need. So it's one of those very interesting motorcycles. Now, the one thing I will say is, obviously, this has caused a bit of a stir for. Oh, that's too much lead on this bike. R7. Obviously, that's caused a little bit of a stir in the R6 campaign, or R6 sort of R6 loving dudes, because the R9 is just not a replacement for the R6. It's more of a in-between sort of motorcycle that Yamaha have decided will fill a hole for the consumer. But what do you guys think is the question? Do you think the R9 is a proper replacement for the R6? Or do you think the R9 is sort of the new range motorcycles that bike companies are putting out, such as, you know, I think we've got the V2, but the V2 is a prop super sport. I'm thinking more like the RS660. Is Yamaha going that route where they're just getting a bit of a bigger displacement bike? Let me know your thoughts, because it's pretty interesting where we in general as a biking community are going. I'm kind of on the fence at the moment. I think I would love to be able to ride an R9, to be honest. I reckon that bike would be fantastic. But I'm curious to know, to see how the ergos on it, because it seems to be the ergos are more sport and less towny, but the engine's obviously is more designed for the road and less designed for a track, which I'm sure the R9, though, if you did put it on track, would be more than capable of most average riders. So with that being said, guys, what do you guys think? Hey, mate, BMW, what are you doing? What are you doing, mate, Mr. M3? With that being said, guys, what are your thoughts on the R9? Do you agree that it's just another bike in the lineup of Yamaha, or is the Yamaha R9 a direct replacement for the R6? Let me know in the comments. And with that, I will see you guys. Oh, don't want to die. I will see you guys later. God, that sounds good. Adios. and have an awesome, sorry, adios, and as always, ride safe, enjoy. Bye-bye.